Iran's foreign minister says Israel has made a, quote, very bad gamble following Sunday's explosion at a key nuclear site. Mohammad Javad Zarif says Israel is mistaken if it thinks the attack would derail hopes of reviving the 2015 nuclear deal. The country is yet to officially comment on the incident. Iran is set to resume talks with major powers tomorrow in Vienna. NBC's Ali Arouzi joins us now from Tehran. Ali, good morning. Thank you for joining us. Now, Iran's foreign minister says this latest incident will strengthen his country's hand ahead of tomorrow's talks. How's this expected to play out?
Hey, Savannah. Well, tomorrow's talks are certainly going to be more complicated and tense after the attack on the Natanz nuclear facility, especially given that U.S. Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin was in Israel at the same time the drama was unfolding. And as you mentioned, Iran's foreign minister speaking today alongside his Russian counterpart who was visiting Tehran had some tough words for the U.S. He said the Americans should know that neither sanctions nor sabotage would provide them with an instrument for talks, and that these actions are only going to make the situation more difficult for them. But he tried to spin the attack into Iran's favor as well, saying that, as you mentioned, it was a very bad gamble by Israel that's only going to strengthen Iran's hand in the negotiations. And he said that the attack on Natanz is only going to encourage Iran to install more advanced centrifuges at its nuclear facilities.
And now, Ali, is there any risk that this attack could make negotiations more difficult or even derail them altogether?
Well, Savannah, tomorrow's negotiations just got a lot more difficult with an sort of extra layer of mistrust between two countries that are already deeply suspicious of each other. Hardliners in Iran are urging the government to walk out of the Vienna talks, to suspend all nuclear commitments, to retaliate against Israel, and to break up this network of people that are conducting sabotage in Iran. They've also been very critical of Rouhani for continuing to talk with the U.S., but the Iranian delegation is on their way to Vienna, so they are going to continue talking.
And finally, Ali, is Iran hopeful that it can achieve its ultimate goal of having sanctions lifted?
Well, Savannah, a lot of the signals coming out of Tehran are ones of cautious optimism that sanctions will be lifted. For a start, they wouldn't be attending the talks if they thought progress wasn't being made. Senior government officials have been talking over the last few weeks about an end to the sanctions regime and the economy picking up. But they also acknowledge that it's going to be a difficult process, not least of all because Iran wants all sanctions removed before they return to their commitments. But most importantly, Iran hasn't given up on these talks because they badly need them to start working again. Without the U.S. rejoining the JCPOA, Iran's economy is just not going to revive itself.
All right, Ali, thank you so much.
Hey, NBC News viewers, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking on that button down here and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives. Thanks for watching.